हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा गिरिधारी राधा गिरिधारी राधे। जय राधा रास बिहारी राधा रास बिहारी राधे। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव। जय जय गुरुदेव। जय प्रभुपाद की जय हो। वंदे हम श्री गुरु श्रीयुत पदकमलं श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं साग्र जातं सहगणा रघुनाथावितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखावितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनेति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपाद की जय हो। Today I am doing गोपी गीत। वृंदावन धाम की जय हो ब्रजवासी की जय हो गोप गोपांगा की जय हो। हरे कृष्णा। गोपी गीत की जय हो। जयति तेऽधिकं जन्मना व्रजा श्रयत इन्दिरा शश्वदत्र हि दैत्यदृश्यताम् दिक्षु तावकास्त्वयि धृता स्वां विचिन्वते। Translation: The gopis said, "O beloved, your birth in the land of Raja has made it exceedingly glorious, and thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always reside here. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us." Taradudasaye साधु जात सा सरसिजोदरा श्रीमुषा तृषा सुरतनाथ ते शुल्कदासिका वरदनिघ्नतो नेह किं वदः। O Lord of Love, in beauty, your glance excels the whole of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. O bestower of benediction, you are killing the maid servants who have given themselves to you freely, without any price. Isn't this murder? विषजलाप्यया साधु जात सा विसजलाप्यया व्याल राक्षसा वर्षमारुता वैद्युतानलात् वृषभयात्मजा विश्वतो भयात् वृषभते वयं रक्षितामुः. O greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kind of danger, from poison water, from terrible man-eater Aga, from the great rains, from the wind demon, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, and from the son of Mayadavan. न खलु गोपिका नन्दनो भवान् अखिलदेहिना अन्तरात्मद्रुः विखनसार्थितो विश्वगुप्तये सख उदेहिवान् सात्वतां कुले. You are not actually the son of the Gopi Yashoda, O friend, but rather the indwelling witness in the heart of all embodied soul. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe. You have now appeared in the Satvata dynasty. Virachita bhayam वृष्णिधूर्यते चरणमीयुषाम् संश्रुते भरात् करसरोरुहन् कान्तकामदम् शिरसि देहिना श्रीकरग्रहम्. O best of the Vrishnis, your lotus-like hand, which holds the hand of the goddess of fortune, grants fearlessness to those who approach your feet out of fear of material existence. O lover, please place that wish-fulfilling lotus hand on our heads. Vrajajanartiham वीरयोषिता निजजनस्मया वंसनस्मिता भज सखे भवान् किं करिस्मनो जलरुहाननं चारुदर्शया. O you who destroy the suffering of Raja's people, O hero of all women, your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. Please, dear friend, accept us as your maid servants and show your beautiful lotus face. प्रणतदेहिना पापकर्षणं तृणचरानुगं श्रीनिकेतनं फणिफणार्पितं ते पदाम्बुजं गुणकुचेषुना कुन्दिच्छयम्. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrendered to them. Those feet follow after the cows in the posture and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hooves of the great serpent Kalia, please place them upon our breasts and tear away the lust in our hearts. Madhuraya gira वल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोज्ञया पुष्करे क्षणा विधिकरीरिमा वीरमुह्यते अधरसीधुना ध्याययस्वनः. O lotus-eyed one, your sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. Our dear hero, please revive your maid servant with the nectar of your lips. Tava kathamrutam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जना. The nectar of your words and the description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon whoever hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with a spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the message of Godhead are most beneficent. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो, गोपी गीत की जय हो। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम to all devotees.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful. That's so wonderful. Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. So, Raksha Mataji did a wonderful, wonderful beginning. So, Sharad Prabhuji, you're going to recap? Who's going to recap?
Yes.
Yes, Sandeep Prabhuji is doing.
Yes. So,
Okay.
should I do the recap or probably you do the prayers first?
No, okay, we can do that. Yes.
So, whatever you say, Prabhu, I'm fine.
Yeah. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान् पितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखावितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री प्रभु। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। O most beneficent incarnation, you are Krishna himself, appearing as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have assumed the golden complexion of Srimati Radharani, and you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. We offer respectful obeisances unto you. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopanga Parshadam Yagna Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Sumedasaham. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Shri Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself, appearing as Sri Chaitanya. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Nana Sastra Vicharnaika Nipunau Shadadharma Samsthapakau Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanyakarau Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Anandena Mattalikau Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in studying all the revealed scriptures, studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of, because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरों चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं ततो जयम् उदीरयत् नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री प्रभुपाद जय श्री भगवत्पाद गोविंदम आदि पुरुषम तमं भजामि हरे कृष्ण everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome back everyone. So I believe just now I found that Sanjeev Prabhu is doing that.
Yes.
So Sanjeev
Yes.
Prabhu, it's up to you now.
Thank you. Thank you, Hare Krishna Dhirot. Welcome to today's session. So last week we did lesson 67 and just 1 minute. Yes. Okay. So we did lesson 67, which is chapter 30 and verses 24 to 34. Actually 24 to 44 we went. So there were two sections here where gopis reconstruct the whole pastime of what Krishna and Radha did when they disappeared from the Raslila. And then the second section is where Krishna disappears from the vision or from the association of Radha as well. And then both Radha and Srimati Radharani and the gopis together, they search for Krishna singing his glories. So we'll try to recap in quick way. Prabhuji also gave us insights into the disappearance of Krishna. There were different understandings which acharyas have given. We'll see if time permits, we'll repeat that. But otherwise, but first let's start with the important, the slide by slide aspect. So here on slide 3, first, these verses, they describe about when the gopis are searching for Radharani and Krishna. They are on this trail, like searching out, and they see some hints and clues. So how do they reconstruct the pastime while searching? There are three aspects they could figure out. If somebody can highlight, like there are three clues they see, and they could reconstruct at least three pastimes that we see from here. Does someone want to give a try to that? What are the three pastimes they were able to reconstruct?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'll go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So as Krishna leaves during Rasa dance, and all the gopis were searching, and as we say that there are a couple of reasons only, as you mentioned. One is that gopis become proud, and then Radha also become proud. So that was a couple of reasons. Coming back to the gopis come as they were searching, they see footprints. So first they see Krishna's footprint, because Krishna's footprint has specific marks on their feet, left
Yes.
and right, specific. So they could see that. They also could see that another pair of footprints. That was the
Yes.
Radha's.
Yes.
So like that, yeah.
Okay.
And further they see only one footprint. They believe that
Correct.
Krishna must have picked Radha.
Yes,
And
that's one
as they
thing.
go
Yeah.
as
Yes.
they go forward, they see one place, the front portion of the foot was deep into the soil. They believed that Krishna must have stopped to pluck the flowers, and he was on
Correct.
the front leg. So these three different footprints, they could reconstruct the Krishna with apparently Radha, and so that is what they could see there.
Correct. And there's one more where they see that um, there's just sign of a toe, or
Right.
they could reconstruct that Krishna might be tying those locks of Radharani's hair. So these were the
And before that, they also saw signs that Krishna must have placed Radharani on the flower bed that was a little bit depressed, So from that also they could surmise that,
Yes, Babu. So that was very, very interesting way to see how they could how they were so deeply searching, and they were so deep, and every sign they observed, and they could then imagine based on that. So visualization. See. Okay, so we continue in the search of the gopis. This whole pastime, our acharyas explain, and they classify various, or they highlight different categories or theme like Unmada, and several dimensions they walk through. So I wouldn't be able to recap all of them, but I will question on one of them. So one is, my question for this is, even though Lord is satisfied, then why does he interact with Srimati Radharani and gopis? What does he get from that? So anyone wants to take a
Because it brings joy
correct,
uh,
correct,
to
correct.
Krishna.
Yes, ma'am. That's what Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur says. Thank you, Balaji. That's correct. That even though the Lord himself is, that is Krishna, is self-satisfied, but his interaction with Radharani and gopis, they bring him a unique joy that transcends his own completeness. So it's beyond. So this is one of the aspects our acharyas highlight. So now, continuing now, slide 5. There is lot of importance on the lotus feet
प्रभु
of
जी,
the
इसमें
Lord.
हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि भगवान को सारे रसों का आस्वादन करना है
Yes,
स्वयं को.
yes, yes, ma'am.
That's why also he likes to enjoy with all gopis and.
Yes, ma'am. I think that makes sense. And
Okay, Prabhu ji.
ultimately, he's the rasa, Lord of the rasas, right? And he wants that. So, yes. Thank you, Mataji. That's a good point. The markings on the lotus feet of Lord, they are very, very important. And through that, they, like, it just reminds me that the people of Raja are so, um, what do you call it? They are so respectful to these marks of the lotus feet of the Lord that wherever they see, they will not cross it. It just occurred to me that point, so I thought of sharing. But on this slide, the question by me is, what do the description of the marks on the lotus feet of the Lord signify? What do they symbolize or signify? Anyone wants to try that?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu ji.
Yes, ma'am.
Its detailed description symbolize his divine attributes and the protective, nurturing nature of his presence.
Correct. Thank you, Mother. So all the different marks over there, they signify how Krishna is eager to protect his devotees in various ways and also engage with them in the different paths. Right. So that's one aspect of one of the many aspects of the marks we see of the soul of Lord Krishna's feet. Right. Then one more. Despite the gopis being competition and having rivalry, there are two groups, group of Chandravali and group of Radharani, but they come together when Krishna is no longer in their vision. So that highlights one of the aspects of the true love here. I mean, I'm not putting as a question, I'm just sharing that this is one of the very interesting and important nature of the true love. That when Krishna is, first it is to please, all of that competition is also to please Krishna so that he gets the rasa, as you Mataji just now said, that Krishna derives pleasure from this rasa. Also, when it is so deep that when they lose Krishna, they all come together and figure out how do we find him, because they know without Krishna, their existence is nothing, right? So that's the nature of love. It can coexist with rivalry, and the true love seeks the happiness of the beloved, even at the cost of personal feeling. So when it comes to yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, your voice is too low, Prabhu. I don't know if it is
Is it? Is
Yeah.
it okay now?
No, Prabhu.
No,
Okay.
no, Prabhu ji, we are able to hear you.
We are able
Yeah,
to
we
hear
are
you.
able to hear you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
Yes,
okay,
too.
Prabhu.
I'm also able to
Prabhu
hear you
ji,
clearly.
Oh, okay,
I
Prabhu.
think
Then I will just
Prasad Prabhu, problem
close it.
must be at your end,
Yeah. Okay, Prabhu. But I'll try to answer, Prabhu. Okay, and then I'll close the Zoom and I'll rejoin. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
they don't care about their personal happiness, their personal feelings. or anything as such, Prabhu. There only the thing is like, okay, how much they express the love, okay, the pleasure for the Krishna only, Prabhu. That's all. That is the
Correct.
greatness of the prema of Gopis.
Correct. Correct.
See, another thing
Absolutely.
you see, when they saw how pitifully Srimati Radharani was so down and she was crying and everything, rolling around the ground. Even Chandravali's group, they felt tremendous, the rival group, they felt tremendous empathy for Sri Radhe, and they all then combined together. So question is the same. When the goal is same, then they unite back again. That's the beauty of Krishna's love,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So let's continue now. We are continuing
हरे
to
कृष्णा
study.
प्रभु जी
Yes,
एक
Mataji.
पॉइंट
Yes,
पॉइंट
Mataji.
ऐसे भी कह सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे जो एनवियसनेस है वो एक दूसरे के साथ नहीं है क्योंकि उनको तो कौन अच्छे से सर्व करेगा भगवान को वो
Yeah, exactly.
उसमें
That is the
कंपटीशन
rivalry.
है
Very good
Yes.
point. Very good,
Yes,
Mataji point. Because the rivalry is not personal to each other. Okay,
हाँ
rivalry is who can serve better and how to please Krishna. That is their goal.
और जब भी
Okay.
कृष्णा होते तभी यहाँ पे वो कंपटीशन होती मगर जब कृष्णा
Yeah,
वहां से नहीं
yes.
होते तब सब साथ में ही होते
Exactly.
Actually, perfect, Mataji. And you already answered my next question before I asked. So wonderful. So I will just read it, Mataji. So nice that Krishna Leela is.
Ekta is very smart.
Yeah.
She's
Before I
always
can ask the
step ahead
question,
of
she
us.
has answered it.
2 step ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah. The next question was exactly like, okay, what is the nature of true love? What do we see there? Like self-satisfaction versus the divine play. So
Yes.
I will just read what I highlighted. So what it depicts here, Krishna's Leela is not merely a display of power, but it is a experience that enriches both the divine and the devotee. It suggests that love is not static. It thrives on interaction and mutual fulfillment of desire. In short, like
We are going to hear a lot more about in our this Gopi Gita also. We are going to learn this particular aspect of it.
yes, yes, yes. In short, as they say, love is not an adjective, love is a verb. So there is action, there is reaction, but herein it's all transcendental and divine. It's not a karmic action, what we experience in the material world. Okay,
Very
so
nicely
let
put, Prabhu. Very nicely put.
yes. So continuing then, slide 8. Now here we see that the gopis, they meet Radharani and they see, as Prabhuji just explained, that in absence of Krishna, she is so tormented and all. So now what do the gopis and Radharani do in the absence of Krishna? What do they do? Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to try?
they sing the glories of the Lord
Correct. Correct.
कीर्तन सब करते हैं साथ में
Perfect. Manoj. So they go back to the.
Where did they go then? They were in the forest, right? So they
Yamuna.
Banks, the
Yes,
banks of
Yamuna.
Yamuna
Banks
River.
of Yamuna.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
And
So
did
yeah,
you
they
see
go
that
back.
Krishna behind the tree? Krishna is watching all the time. Krishna is watching them.
Yeah, that's so wonderful to see that picture. Right, Krishna hiding and seeing from. Okay. So we continue further again. There were so
Prabhuji,
wonderful.
like this, Krishna is also watching us, what we are doing in this प्रार्थना
From our
भक्ति
heart.
and everything. तो
Yes.
हमें बराबर यह ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि भगवान देख रहे हैं हम अच्छे से करें सब है ना
Yes.
Exactly. In fact, भागवत में लिखा हुआ है कि जब कहीं भी भागवतम पढ़ी जाती है तो भगवान उनके वो खुद आते हैं वहां देख सुनने के लिए.
Yes. 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 Okay. Wonderful. So let's continue now. Slide 9. Again, there is deeper aspects and understanding of these philosophical highlight by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Acharyas. There are several points here. We cannot go through all, so we will pick up one. So the question for this slide is, how was the response of rival gopis to Radha on her plight, and what does that signify? Actually, Charya Prabhu already answered that. Like even the Chandravali and all other rival gopis, they had lot of empathy, and they were
Deep friendship
yes
among them and devotion.
yes, correct. So the key thing here is their goal is same, and even the rivalry is to give pleasure to Krishna. So that's the thing. And then there's another point that is highlighted here is this connection or love with Krishna is only granted by his will and grace. So the will and grace of Lord is very important aspect. As we always read in Damodar Leela, the meaning of two fingers, like one is our own endeavor and important part is the mercy of the Lord. Okay, so let me continue quickly. I just have 3 more questions, Prabhu, and then I hand over to you. So, what does the so slide 10 again? We continue into different things. So, what does this duality of Sambhog and Viprapalamba display? The meeting and a separation. What does that reflect?
Everybody understood what is Vipralamba? Vipralamba? Everybody understand
Yes,
that?
separation. Pralamba is separation. In separation,
separation from Krishna, right?
from
The group
Krishna.
is feeling great pain. And why
Yes.
Krishna promotes that Vipralamba Seva?
To
increase
intensify
the more
joy
love.
and union.
More
Because,
longing for that, right? More
yes.
longing for
More
Krishna.
longing. Yes, yes.
Increased longing.
Correct. Exactly, Prabhu. So
And
this.
what is the Vipralamba? Prabhuji, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting
Yeah,
you.
please, Prabhu.
But these are very important questions. You know? What is, tell me, this Vipralamba and Sambhoga, that is union, what is the ultimate, these are the two parts of what rasa?
Separation
Sringar Rasa.
causes
Sringar
pain.
Rasa.
Madhurya.
Sringar
And,
rasa, very good.
Madhurya.
Good point. Good point. Continue,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
So just to summarize, the important aspect of Shringar, Madhurasya, Vipralamba, and Sambhoga, and this duality reflects the cyclical nature of love. It is continuously moving, and these moments of separations, they intensify the joy of union, right? Because of after separation, when they meet, the joy is much, much more. So that is why Krishna promotes that. So slide 11, explain the role of pride and humility in this relationship. So how does pride and humility help, and how it should be maintained?
pride leads the sense of superiority that, as Radha had, and
Yes.
humility fosters connections,
Correct.
compassions.
Correct. So here, pride in this case is mana, that is Krishna is mine, which is given more. What you can? It is like next level from that thinking that I belong to Krishna. So that is very humble one. Like again, that's again transcendental level, but the highest level is what Radharani had, which is mana, which means Krishna is mine, and that reflects. And we have to maintain the balance of pride and humility, which is essential for cultivating harmonious relationship. And this
So
advice is
what is the difference between Chandravali's group, Chandravali and Radharani? What is the major group? And remember, both of them are cousin sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
What
So
is
that-
the major
yes.
difference between Chandravali's group and Radharani's group? How they feel about Krishna?
So Chandravali group is we belong to Krishna. So they are like surrendered whatever Krishna says they will do.
Exactly.
And Radharani
Radharani
group is
says Krishna is all
Krishna
mine.
is
All
mine.
mine.
So, yes, Prabhu. Yes, correct.
Because we are going to see these points again today's class also.
Yes, Prabhu. So slide 12, when does Krishna reveal himself to the devotee?
Krishna reveals to his devotee when devotee is true devotee, and he is trying to seek devotion, seek divine. When devotee
If you can
tries,
read from the slide, I have highlighted two very, very clear points which Prabhuji has given us. So,
ये समझने की बहुत जरूरी है, okay?
yes.
I think everybody must understand this point.
प्रभु जी, जब उनकी इच्छा होगी तभी भगवान हमें रिवील करेंगे, और उनकी इच्छा और भगवान की कृपा.
Correct.
तो दो में से किसकी सुपीरियरिटी कौन है? क्या
भगवान
सुपीरियरिटी
की
किसकी है?
कृपा.
Exactly. Why? What's why?
क्योंकि वो सब पे कृपा नहीं करते हैं. वो जो
जो
उनकी
will
इच्छा
है,
होगी
भगवान का
तब
जो will है, इच्छा शक्ति है, he then sees whether we got qualified or not. But
Mm.
his
Yes.
grace, when his grace is there, he doesn't see whether we are qualified or not, you know. So grace is much more
yes
important.
Prabhuji.
He is present everywhere. वो कहते ना
So
कि
Prabhuji, in that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful, na
Yeah,
Prabhuji?
because
He always see
Chaitanya
the
Prabhu
he
is
gives.
combined form of Shri Radhe and Krishna
हाँ
both.
Prabhuji.
And Radharani is much more merciful. She doesn't
Yes
see
sir.
whether we are qualified. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is in the mood of Radharani, particularly those who have fallen, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is much more merciful to that fallen people, you know.
Yes.
yes,
And then Radharani can convince Krishna. Prabhupada is to say that Radharani would make recommendation that you better look again to this particular devotee, you know. So
Yes.
that gives us a hint how we should have bhakti towards Krishna in what particular form. Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yes, so last two questions and last two slides from me, which is the question is, in this whole pastime, what does the dense forest symbolize?
Obstacle, what has towards the devotion, it shows.
Okay. So that specifies the obstacle and the illusions we have on the path of our bhakti. Oh, okay. I think that with that I complete, Prabhuji. I hand it back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Prabhuji, once again तदात्मिक मीनिंग कल मैंने दोनों रिकॉर्डिंग सुने, बहुत अच्छा था. कल पूरा दिन मैंने ये सब सुना था. अब लास्ट वीक का क्लास, तो उसमें जो तदात्मिक जो वर्ड था ना, सेल्फ मर्ज इनटू द सेल्फ, वापस एक बार प्लीज प्रभु समझाइए.
Yeah, somebody is going to make an effort that, because that's a very important point Lakshamata is raising, Tad Atmika. And I spoke quite a number of times, you know. Anybody?
Yeah, Prabhuji, you mentioned that Tadatmika doesn't mean you merge, like as a Mayavadi talks about.
Exactly. That's
so
the
your
point I was
conscious,
looking
your
for.
bhava, what Lord wants, we are in that mood of Lord's, what he desires, in that mood. So we merge our mood, our desire or bhava, or whatever you call, as that of Krishna. So that's Tadatmika. We become kind of one with him in that form.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point I was looking for, you know. Okay. So it's not like
तो प्रभु जी, अगर हम तदात्मिकता बनते तो मगर जब हम अपना अहंकार completely छोड़ देंगे तभी हो पाएगा प्रभु जी.
Yeah, obviously. That is the first thing happens when we come to devotional platform. The humility out of the 20 qualities that chapter 13 Bhagavad Gita, I think verse 20th, 13:20, if I'm not mistaken, 20 or 21, that verse says that of the 20 qualities that's been listed, humility comes. Because why? Because then we recognize without Krishna's mercy, no matter how qualified you are, how intelligent, how smart you might be, is of no value. Krishna's mercy must be there. So everything what we have got, whatever little thing we may have achieved, is all due to the mercy, not anything of our own.
If we find the mercy of Radharani first, then it is easy to find the mercy.
We discussed. We serve Krishna through Sri Radhe, you know. Because Radhe is the embodiment, personification of bhakti, you know.
Yes.
So bhakti means Radhe comes first. उनकी मर्सी बगैर हम कृष्ण पास जा नहीं सकते. Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Krishna himself makes, there's a verse, he himself says that I could be attained only through my Sri Radhe, you know.
So we should worship Radha.
No, I mean we worship Krishna through Radha, you know.
Yes.
We seek her mercy. And Sri Radhe loves very much. If you want to come towards Krishna, when she learns that that's your desire, she would be wholeheartedly will be supporting us.
Ji.
Okay, Prabhuji, you done?
भाई जी एक पॉइंट मैं जरा इसमें इसका जो पूरा चैप्टर का सारांश जिस्ट यही निकला कि इफ devotee is true devotee then he can find then God also gives mercy quickly क्योंकि वो कहते हैं ना एक कदम हम चलते हैं तो वो 10 कदम आगे बढ़ेंगे. This is
what is the important verse connecting that? What is the verse
ये
from
यथामां
Bhagavad Gita?
प्रपद्यन्ते प्रभुजी.
No, say दूसरा verse है directly supporting that. तेषां सतत युक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धि योगं तं येन माम उपयन्ति ते. So I give all the necessary intelligence to one who is doing loving devotional service, who has genuine desire. Then Krishna gives all the necessary instructions, intelligence, how to come towards him, Okay. Through
yes,
Sri Radha.
yes.
Okay. So you
Yes,
done
Prabhu,
now, right?
I'm done, Prabhu. I'm done. Yes.
Yeah.
Hand over back
Thank
to
you very much.
Thank you.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory Srila Prabhupada. Welcome back. So
we haven't received the PPT. We have not
no,
circulated.
I did send late. I sent about 2-3 hours back. I sent 2 hours back. Did you open up your mail? You'll see that.
Prabhuji not yet received.
Really? I sent. Let me
Yeah.
check that again.
No, not yet received.
Also, I have not received, Prabhuji.
You received, huh? So if you're not received,
No,
No, Prabhu, we are not seeing.
okay, let me send you then. So this is very important. There are so many slides, Anyway, now if I send you are not going to look at it, right? So
Yeah, I think it's okay, Prabhu. You
yeah,
can
well,
send
let
later.
me
Let's
because I
go
got
through the
covered a
points.
lot of slides,
Yes,
I had to
yes.
cover a lot of slides. Okay, let me share my screen with you first. Here it is. Okay, everybody is able to see the screen now? Haribol?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so this is I'm going to show you 2-3 different ways that I've done this thing. I've done a lot of my homework, I had to study very deeply different books where I could get my hands. And this particular book that you see here, that's everyone. I would recommend that book. Of course, the author is a little bit after he is actually expanding the commentaries of Jiva Goswami and Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Both of them, of course, the original foundational commentary is by Sridhar Swami Maharaj. Okay, and then Sanatana Goswami takes certain points, and Jiva Goswami goes even further. So basically, Jiva Goswami and Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they are kind of in a very similar on the same track. Okay, and those commentaries, Sri Jiva Goswami and Sanatana Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, based on their commentaries, here the author of this book has written that it's much more on a raga bhakti level, actually, And I'm not naming the author because he's a controversial author, actually, But we won't go into detail. What he has done something positive. That's what I'm going to focus on that. Okay. So a lot of the slide that you see, some of the points I took from this book actually, and of course I read all the commentaries of Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti. All the slides are made from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. Okay, basically most of them are done that. I just expanded, added a few things here and there from multiple sources. Okay, So you'll see that these slides, these particular verses. Now, of course, today we are discussing chapter 31, and this is Gopi Geetam. Okay, Gopi Gita. Now, this Rasa Panchadhyay, the 5 chapters on Rasa Leela, that is really the most important element of the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto. Okay, and out of those Panchadhyay, this particular chapter with 19 verses, our Acharya said these are the most important verses are there. So I spend a lot of my time over there. That's why you see there are about 37 or 38 slides are there just for today's 9 verses only. Okay, so I am not sure how much I'll be able to cover, but I think the subject matter is so complex and so very important. If we have to do another session, I think I would be inclined to do that, but I will leave that decision to all of you. Okay, let's see how many slides I cover today without having to rush through. Okay, I'm not going to rush through. And then while I'm going through that, every one of you think hard and then make some recommendations that should we do it in 2 sessions or not. But I'll try to finish as much as I can. Okay. So first of all,
Prabhuji, 2 session is ready. Prabhuji, we are ready.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. But I want to see the consensus.
No,
building.
3 session, Prabhuji. I am also okay with the 3 session because let's go slowly and understand that, Prabhuji, essence. That makes sense.
Because there are so many different aspects are there, that you will see. Okay, but we will go through the slides and see that which particular session that you want to know more. Then tomorrow's class I will devote to that session. Okay, but I will not go today. I'm going to cover only first 9 verses. Even so much amount of information is there on the first 9 verses itself. So that you decide. So we may do it in 2 sessions. Okay, but let's see how far we are going. So first of all, this verse is, according to our acharyas, whatever the themes are covered, that is what these slides, first 2-3 slides are showing that. So out of this 19 verses are there in chapter 31. Okay, and the rough rundown of his given right in this slide. First 4 verses. So these are the questions the Acharya is asking that. Now, everyone, please listen very carefully. Okay. So first, because these questions are very likely is going to be there in recap. So here, you are killing your maid servants. The gopis are saying that you are killing your maid servants who have given themselves to you freely. Isn't this murder? See, murder when it's committed by a weapon, that is clearly a murder. So what the gopis are saying that you are murdering us. Why? It's because of your glance. It's so enticing, your glance. Your eyes are so beautiful that we lost our mind to that your glance only. The way you look at us, the sidelong glance, that itself is killing us. So aren't you responsible for murdering us? Like that, they're directly asking that question. Here you'll see throughout these 19 verses, the gopis are saying something that it's so paradoxical sometimes, and that's what they're all in Divya Unmada, in their divine madness. A lot of things they're saying that you will see out of their great love and great pain, that suffering, and they're all the time they're pressing Krishna, pleading Krishna that please show yourself. In fact, there are 2 groups, as I told you, Chandravali's group and Sri Radharani's group. The first verse, according to our Acharya, in this particular book, is one of the gopi in Chandravali's group is actually saying the very first verse. Okay, what they are saying, 2 groups. One group is saying, Chandravali's group, that please show yourself, right? The other group is saying, no, not only you show yourself, but come to see us. There are two ways of looking at it. So we'll see that, okay? So here, the question, the first four verses are very, very important. First four verses, okay? And a lot of time we've got to have to spend that. So you are killing your maid servants. And how you're killing, that's shown there because of your glance. And so first four verses, there are four different things you'll be seeing that, okay? And then verses 5 through 8, they're asking benedictions from Krishna in four different ways, 4 different ways, okay? Please show us your beautiful lotus face, okay? One group is saying that. Other group is saying that you come and see us because we sacrifice everything for you and we love you so much, and have mercy on us because you are killing us. And if you are delayed, you lose us. So place your wish fulfilling hand on our heads and revive us with the nectar of your lips. Adhara Amrita. You know, that remember that in a Venu Git, we saw that they were even feeling jealousy, envious toward even this flute, which is not a living thing, right? Flute is touching Krishna's lips and tasting the amrita, the nectar of Krishna, you know. So they were feeling jealous of that also. And there we saw that how they were imagining all this, of course, that this flute, whose parents are the trees, obviously, you know, and that's on the bank of Yamuna. So they must be feeling proud that they're one of their generation is now having this great fortune of touching Krishna's lips. So all these things are coming in this Gopi Gitam also, you know. So verse 9, the last of today's verse that we'll be talking about, is this Shruti Phala. If you hear that, what particular benediction that we get, you know, and if we narrate to someone else, of course, to a proper qualified person, you know, what we get that. Then tomorrow, or maybe next week, we'll do the verses 10 through 19. The first 9 verses are most important, the most important. So verses 10 through 15, your loving glances greatly agitate us. And a second without you seem like a millennium for us. Now that we cannot see you, every second looks like yuga. So many yugas have elapsed. Okay. And then remember one of the verses before we discussed about it, they were one blaming Lord Brahma, who created the eyelids. Why did he create the eyelids? Because when the eyelids are blinking 1/16th of a second, we cannot see Krishna. So even for 1/16th of a second, they could not tolerate separation from Krishna like that. And verses 16 through 19, the final verses, we worry that your tender lotus feet will be injured in the forest path. Remember, Krishna never wore any shoes or chappals or anything like that, you know. Why? Because when he didn't want to wear, Yashoda Maya asked him, Beta, why don't you want to wear this thing? You are going to the forest, pebbles are there, thorns are there. He said, are my cows wearing that any shoes? Obviously, cows don't wear that. So the cows are very so dear to Krishna. If my cows are not wearing any shoes, why would I do that? That was the reason why he decided he never wore shoes and running everywhere throughout, you know. And that's why in Braja, the dust are very fine, you know. So the gopis were worried about so much because Krishna's feet are so soft, extremely soft soles are there, you know, and they were worried about that. So they would rather have Krishna's feet on their breast, and even there also they're worried that our breast also might be too hard for you, you know, that might be hurting you feet. So they had such tender feelings for Krishna. Okay, the another way of looking those 9 verses here. Here I put it in a question marks. Okay, so again, this you should be prepared for recap, or whosoever is doing recap, please cover these questions. Okay, why Vraja? The very first verse. Why Vraja is exceedingly glorious and full of happiness, even more so with Vaikuntha. Okay, so that question is answered in the very first verse. Second verse, the unique loveliness. So this is about the beauty of Krishna. See what happened in the autumn, very beautiful season, autumn is. And in only the autumn, the lotus flowers, they bloom, lilies, and they look so exceedingly beautiful, those lotuses in the autumn night. So, but when Krishna looks at Krishna's glance takes over, exceedingly over even the beauty of lotus. That beautiful Krishna's eyes. In fact, that's the almond shaped eyes are there. Sometimes said lotus eyes. So even Krishna's eyes, the way he looks, gopis are saying, they are killing us. You are killing us from the way you look at us. And so they couldn't even come up with a nice kind of a upama or analogy. So they compare with the lotus, because lotus is the most beautiful flower there in the Vrindavan, especially in the autumn season. Third question, how can we understand the gopis' love for Krishna in their extreme pain of separation from him? So these are the very important questions that are going to be answered in these particular verses. The fourth, so first 4 verses are the most important verses are there. Okay, fourth verse, since you have descended to protect the entire universe, because remember Brahmaji took mother cow, was greatly disturbed because of the Bharavatara. All the demoniac people were having with this great army were there, and she couldn't tolerate, so she goes takes the form of a cow to elicit great compassion. She went to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji took her to Lord Shiva, and all of them then they went to the shore of Milk Ocean. Okay, and Milk Ocean, and there is an island, Svetadvipa, where Kshirodaksha Vishnu resides. So they went there to pray that how. So then Kshirodaksha Vishnu sent a message through the heart of Lord Brahma that I will be coming there. So that's how Krishna came there. So these are the backdrop story about that. Okay, then I said verses 5 through 8, in a different ways, the gopis are praying for the benediction of Krishna. So here are some of the benediction they are asking for Krishna. Please place those wish fulfilling lotus hand on our heads. So please, they're pleading to Krishna that you show up first yourself. You're hiding from us. You show up that, and please place your hands on our heads. Okay. Then the other thing they're asking, then place the lotus feet, hands on their head, Krishna's lotus feet, and the whole series of things that I'll be showing you on these things. That please your lotus feet on our breast. So why to tear away the lust in our heart? Now gopis are very, very humble. In great humility, they are saying it is lust, but actually that's not a lust at all. From mundane lust, they're prema actually, but they are just saying themselves the word lust because of that. Okay. And then third thing they're asking, please revive your maid servants. We are your maid servants. Okay, with the nectar of your lips. So 3 things they're asking: place your hands on our head, lotus feet on our breast, and let us taste the nectar of your lotus lips, And the verse 9, as I told you before, verse 9 is this: the nectar of your words and activities. Krishna has exquisite beauty, is the fountainhead of all beauty in the entire universe, And then his activities and his Vaka Chaturta, very smart way, charming way he speaks. All these things are enticing the gopis, So they're saying that the nectar of your words and your activities are the life and soul of all those suffering in the material world. Those narrations eradicate, remove, annihilate all our sinful reaction. So just hearing Krishna, looking at him, and Krishna Katha, we are going to hear a lot more about Krishna Katha. The entire 2-3 slides are right on that. Just importance of hearing Krishna Katha itself is there. So that removes. So what happens when we hear Krishna? Sunatam Sakada, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Vidunoti Surutam Satam, that verse, So simply hearing Krishna removes the influence of the lower modes of material nature. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsara, the 6 vices of the mind. And in that place, Rajoguna and Tamoguna removes, in that place, he established the mode of goodness. And when mode of goodness comes, then only we really we are able to render pure devotional service, unalloyed devotional service. And that leads us to Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam, the positive science of Krishna. And then that allows us, so we become free from material existence, liberation, okay? And not only that, all the karmic bondage is dissolved. And then we see who really we are. We are spirit, soul, and we are meant to serve the Lord. All these things simply hearing Krishna Katha. But you know how the gopis are putting there? No. Your Krishna Katha, everything is here and there. That's big, great, awesome. But actually, we are deeply hurt, deeply feeling pain of separation. We want more than that. So whole discussion about that point itself, the great paradox that we are going to hear about verse 9. Okay? So you see how much depth is there? How much depth is there in this first 9 verses itself? Okay, then this 10 through 19 that we'll discuss when we come to that point. Okay, so I'm not going to spend time on that right now. Okay, now we are going to discuss beginning all the verses. Okay, the first 9 verses. But let me give you a little bit background. As I told you, there are 4 groups of gopis are there, right? One who is the Swapaksha, so Radharani's own Paksha, own gopis who are on the Radharani's side, and the Swapaksha on this side of Chandravali. They are the 2 major groups. Okay, so there is that. So and then there's a Vipaksha gopis, Suhrata gopis, means some of the gopis in Radharani's group or Chandravali's group, they each other look in a kind of a comforting way, not competitive way. They are a little bit more affectionate to the Vipaksha. So that's called Surata. Then there's a Vipaksha. Of course, then there's a rivalry. Then the 4th group, who is neutral, means they don't get either group. They're totally independent about that. So here the first verse, or Acharya is saying that is actually spoken by the one from Chandravali's group. And I told you last week example, when they were looking at the footprints and when they discovered that it was Sri Radhe, but that footprint was identified by the Radharani's group. The opposite side, Chandravali's group, they did not identify. All they said that there's some gopi, Anya Aradhita, some gopi who is extremely fortunate who got personal association with Krishna. So that's what the Radhavali is doing. So here the first verse is actually coming from one of the gopis on the Chandravali side. So what is the verse is going there? And I cannot sing, of course, the way Raksha Mataji sings so beautifully. So here, Gopi Uchuha. So each verse, I'm going to give you the Sanskrit part of it, because each of the Sanskrit part is actually discussed in such great length by our acharyas. And we have such a limited period of time, so only so much I can talk about it. But so much great deals is there. In fact, sometimes the whole lecture can give only one verse, So gopis are saying that Jayati te adhikam janmana vrajaha. So this is the answer to the first question. Remember I told you that why Vraja gopis are saying is exceedingly much more joyful, happiness, even compared to Vaikuntha. Why? Because Krishna, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Krishna, the gopis, Sukadeva is saying what the gopis are saying. Because you are born in Vraja, so that's the one reason, okay? Because you are in the Vraja, you are born in Vraja, so Lakshmi Devi also left Vaikuntha, and she herself resides to serve Krishna in Vraja. So there are two important reasons are there. So Janmana Vraja, because of your birth, and Lakshmi Devi is here, okay, to serve Krishna. Shrayata Indira, Sashwata Atra Hi. So here, that second point is raised. Because Krishna is born in Vraja, that's why Indira is another name for Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi is also come here and residing here in Vraja, Now, third point, Daita. Daita is actually the one. It's used for Krishna here in a two different ways that we'll see there. And then Drashyatam, this one word, so much commentary is written by our acharyas. Just one word, Drashyatam, And there's another point here. These verses, they have a direct meaning, and there are hidden meanings, and several hidden meanings. So Drashyatam word itself, there are several meanings that we will see that, okay? Dikshu tavakas tvayi dhritastas. This is about the Krishna is coming from Yadu and Satvatam, Vichinpate. So here, let me read the text itself. So the translation, O beloved, your birth in the land of Vraja has made it exceedingly glorious. Answering to the first question that was raised, why Vraja is superior to even Vaikuntha? Because Krishna is born there. Now here, Sukadeva Goswami was aware. Parikshit Maharaj actually liked to think Krishna born in Mathura, because Parikshit Maharaj grandparents, that is Pandavas, are there. So he would have preferred that, but no. Sukadeva Goswami is pointing out, even the gopis are saying that you are the son of a gopi. And gopi, who gopi? Yashoda Maya, Yashoda Gopi, you are born there. Now there also you'll see double meanings here. Later on the other verses, the gopis are saying on one hand that you are the son of Yashoda Maya, Yashoda Gopi, but another hand, they are completely saying opposite. So in many ways they are saying paradoxical things. That's again due to Divya Unmada, the divine madness. And why they're saying opposite things, that we'll see that if you are really a son of Yashoda Maya, and Yashoda Maya is so merciful, she would never hurt any living entity at all. But you are totally hurting us. You are killing us. So how could you be the son of Yashoda Maya? And Satvatam means two meanings. One is the Yadu dynasty, and other thing, they are the devotees of Krishna. But you don't have either of those qualifications. So that's the second meaning that we'll see in later verses. Okay, I'm just pointing out. So Gopi said, "Oh beloved, your birth in the land." So then Krishna Katha also, they are going to say paradoxical opposite things. That others are finding great deal about Krishna Katha. Okay, how they can become free from material suffering and everything, But here they're saying that we don't experience the advantage of Krishna Katha, your Katha, because you are causing the pain and suffering to us. How could we say that it is benefiting to us? So this is all in Divya Mother. Opposite thing they are saying that. Exceedingly glorious, and this Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. So that first question is answered. Why is Vraja superior to even Vaikuntha? Exceedingly superior. Because Krishna took birth, and Krishna took a birth because of that. Lakshmi Devi left Vaikuntha, and she resides here now in Vraja. So all the auspiciousness, all the Aishwarya, everything is because of Lakshmi Devi is right there serving Krishna. They're the two reasons. You must always remember that. It's only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us. Now, here also double meaning. One group is saying, show yourself to us. The second group is saying, no, you come and you want to see us. For that reason, also you come, So now, here some of the major points I've summarized. A lot more points are there, but I just selected few points here, okay? The first verse of Gopi Gita is the Gopis Mangala Charana verse to evoke auspiciousness, their auspicious opening, and as their song continues, the extraordinary sweetness of their moods continually increases. The sweetness, what they're saying, coming out of great pain of separation is coming, and how they are pleading to Krishna, please come, you are going to lose us, and we are dying. So Krishna is asking questions according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. When they say that, so Krishna says that, why are you dying? So their Gopi said, because our life air is actually within you. Your glance has completely stolen our consciousness. Our life is right within you. That's why even we want to die, we cannot die, Because Krishna is then saying, why are you living still? Then that's what their answer is there, So again, I said there a lot more depth is there. And you'll see next 2-3 slides, some points that I've come up with that, okay? Jayati te adhikam janmana vraja. Why is vraja adhika? Exceedingly much more auspicious, prosperous than even Vaikuntha. So because Krishna is addressed is Daita. Daita means somebody who is beloved and very, very merciful. Daya. Daya means, merciful. This one word is Daita. And your birth in Vraja from the womb of Yashodamaya has made it exceedingly more glorious than even Vaikuntha. So Shrayate, so in second part of that verse, because of that, Indira is another name of Lakshmi Devi. Shashwata Atre. Shashwata means eternally Lakshmi Devi lives here because of you. Hence, Indira, the goddess of fortune, eternally resides here to serve the Lord. Thus, all the Brajabasis, including the birds, animals, creepers, trees, as well as the men and women, both old and young, sink deeply in the ocean of bliss. Everybody is in a blissful mood. But we are suffering. Everybody is enjoying, having great time. But look at us, we are dying. So that's the paradox you will see repeatedly being raised by the gopis here. One hand they show a wonderful, great rosy picture, but the other hand says that look what you are doing to us by not showing us yourself to us. However, we, your girlfriends, alone are unhappy. See that? Everybody is greatly blessed, but we are not. If we could die, we certainly would, they say, but we have either given our life to you or you have stolen it. And then later on, they point out that we are your maid servants, but us shulka. Shulka means paying salary. You are not even paying anything to us, totally. But look, remember, some of the gopis were actually the unmarried gopis who were praying, worshipping goddess Katyayani to have Krishna as their husband. We saw that in chapter 22, right? So some of the gopis were that also saying this verse. And these gopis were actually saying that when we wanted to have you as our husband, you did not marry us. Even what you said that you will marry us in the Gandharva Vivaha, Gandharva Vivaha means no witnesses there, not the girl's parents, not the groom's parents, nobody outside, no guru, no priest, nothing is there, except the couple. They exchange garland, flower garland. But when you said Gandharva Vivaha, you did not even offer a garland to us. You did not even allow us that. So we are like a free maid servants to you, unpaid maid servants, ashulka. We'll see in one of the verses. But I'm pointing out because it has a direct connection to this verse. So here they said they weep, you have stolen it. In any case, our life is at pleasantly residing in you. So Krishna said, why aren't you dying then? How can we die? We want to die. We cannot bear this separation. But we cannot die because our very life here is within you. You are controlling it. You, and that is why we do not die. So Jiva Goswami is saying that. So most of the time, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary is exactly extension of Jiva Goswami. But somewhere there's some differences are there. So that point I'm going to raise that, okay? Where Jiva Goswami differs from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So here Jiva Goswami is making a point here that as the gopis sing this particular verse, and I told you this gopi who is uttering the first verse is from Chandravali's group. That gopis sing this verse, they weep. They're constantly crying, pleading Krishna to invoke great compassion in the Krishna's heart. They weep so that Krishna will hear them and bestow his mercy upon them by showing himself there. And Krishna is watching all these gopis. They are weeping silently. He did not go anywhere away. He was constantly there in the hiding himself from the creepers, behind the tree and so on like that. So he is hearing their pleading. Mercy especially come to those who bitterly weep for it in this particular way. A child who cries with full feeling evokes the mercy of his parents. When the child is hungry, baby is hungry, then the mother will feed him, right? Breastfeed him, So we are like that. We are crying. We are very hungry. We are dying. Please show us here. Have some mercy. We stop everything, and then mother, how would do? She will, whatever things she might have been doing, chores and everything, she'll stop everything and attend to her baby, right? So we are like that. So you better attend us. And then there's a poetic way each of these verses are showing. Most of the verses, almost like 90% of the verses are showing this, and I've shown it right here in the verse itself. See that the first syllable, Jayati, J, that is repeated in the seventh syllable, also J, Janmana Vrajaha, right? Look at the second line, Shrayata Indira, then Shashvada Atrahi. The Lakshmi Devi constantly, eternally lives here as long as you are here. So the repeat of those particular syllables are there exactly in a Alankar Sanskrit way. It's written there. Daita Drashtyam, showing that, show yourself. Dikshu Tvakas. So here D is repeated. Look at the here. Tvai Dikrita Swas Tvam Vichinvate. So here the T is repeated exactly 7 syllables like that. So each of the verses have 4 lines, pada, not pada. Pada means the feet. Pada means the verse. And the 7th syllable of each line begins with the same letter. For example, in the opening line of this verse, Jayati, so I already showed you that. So that's the beauty part of it. These verses were composed very, very carefully in a very poetic way. So in the next slide, this I already showed you, Shrayata Indira. The 7th syllable is also Shashvata Atrahi. Shashvat means eternally, right here. Atra means here. So Lakshmi Devi is residing there. Daita Drashtyam, seeing that. And I cannot even pronounce it right. Both start with D and 2 Dhatasva, and Tvam Vichintata, both start with T. So that's the beauty part of it. Almost all the 9 verses that you'll see that is there, except 1 or 2 might be there. Okay, now what I'm going to show you this thing, what I've done that, some philosophical comments as I generally give you, broad philosophical points. Then each philosophical highlights are going to be expanded to give some its significance, philosophical significance, okay? So first, the general philosophical remarks. Here there are 5 remarks. So basically the theme is this: love and longing. The divine, everything is we are going to be hearing is the divine love. In so many different ways, divine love is defined here. And how that suffering, Vipralamba, is the one which reflects tremendous longing for Krishna. Gopis are longing to see him, just to see him, or just to let him come there, So this theme is, major theme is that. So first verse of the Gopi Gita, they encapsulate the gopis' deep emotions and devotion towards Krishna. So the emotions are constantly there, okay, to melt Krishna's heart. The Krishna is showing it is apparently a rocky heart, very hard heart, stoic heart. And he's watching, listening, and still not showing up. Their expressions of longing and love reveal 2 distinct moods. The submissive mood, and everything you will see that is a paradox. Totally east-west, north-south, like that. So they're submissive, and the contrary, opposite of it is also there. The gopis representing both groups, Chandravali's group and Radharani's group, convey their feelings of extreme pain, though poetically rich with direct and hidden meanings. And our acharyas are pointing out that what is a hidden meaning is also there, they're pointing out. And we are going to see this paradox much and more gradually is going to become very clear. The clear paradox is there, opposite things. And that is all coming out because of Divya Unmada. They exalt the glory of Vraja due to Krishna's birth, indicating that land. So gopis knew Krishna could not be born in Mathura. So this is another proof we are getting directly from the lotus mouth of Sukadeva Goswami himself, but in a hidden way. So Sukadeva Goswami is saying that through the gopis, that Krishna was born in Vraja from the womb of Yashoda Maya. We discussed at great length, right? The controversy about Krishna's birth. Says right there, this is the evidence in Bhagavatam 2. They exalt the glory of Vraja due to Krishna's birth, indicating that the land has become more magnificent than even the Vaikuntha. Because why? Because Vaikuntha, nobody takes birth. Lord Vishnu doesn't take birth. Krishna doesn't take birth there. And here Krishna is running everywhere. Vaikuntha is not like that. It's all Aishwarya. The presence of Indira, that's Lakshmi Devi, who left Lord Vishnu and came residing there while Krishna was there in Vraja, Goddess of Fortune, is a testament to this glory of Vraja. As she forsakes Vaikuntha, so she could sacrifice Vaikuntha in favor of Vraja, come there. Why? Because Krishna is appeared there. To serve Krishna in Vrindavan, the gopis yearn for Krishna's presence, reflecting both a direct plea to be seen and a deeper, more hidden desire for recognition of their devotion. That Krishna, we left everything. Now, who will leave their own kids, babies? We did that even for you because you summoned us. That's why we came here. Left everything. Nobody can do that. Who would leave their husband, their house, everything? Left everything. They're feeding babies. They left everything they came. And remember, there also we talked about several classes of gopis there, right? One who are married gopis, Radharani, Chandravali, and so on like that, and other who are not married, unmarried. And the one example in that, Dhanya, who worship goddess Katyayani. But these unmarried gopis, they were betrothed. Betrothed means they were already engaged to someone. They're not yet married. But because of their were engaged by their parents to someone else, their love for Krishna was in a parakya bhav. So somebody might not understand that if they were not married, how could they be parakya bhav? Because they were already engaged to other gopas, even though they wanted to have Krishna as their husband. The gopis yearn for Krishna's presence, reflecting both a direct plea to sin and deeper, more hidden desire for recognition of their devotion. So see, the gopis, the devotion is unmatched, unparalleled, but they wanted Krishna to recognize that, and he better show up. The verses structure and all this poetic beauty that I showed you first. Letters are repeated every seventh syllable, same letter. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary reveals layers and layers of meaning in their words, showcasing their intense love, and that love is just incredible, showing every verse. You really you cry for them, how much they must be suffering. And the paradox of said this Dimyur mother, some direct things are there, and they're opposing that. On one hand, they're pointing out that thing, and the very next moment they're saying completely 180-degree opposite of it. You'll see many, many examples of that. So that paradox is constantly you're going to hear. Their anguish is palpable. What does it mean that palpable means? They are actually to be felt. If you really pay attention to it, you will feel that their pain. And they articulate a profound sense of separation that highlights their unique bond with him. See that Krishna takes so tough test. Gopi's love is unparalleled. right? There are three kinds of rati is there. Rati means attachment for Krishna, prema. There's a rati, there's a samanya rati. We discussed in Ujjwal Nilamani and so on, like courses. Samanya means the kubja is the example. Okay. Then there's a samajas rati, that is the represented by the queens of Dwarka. The third, samartha, capable, that is the gopis, topmost rati, topmost attachment. So a sense of separation that highlights the unique bond with him. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary reveals layers and layers, just like onion has different layers, right? You peel it off one layer, give another layer. So layers and layers of their feelings are there, shown in a poetic way. Layers of meaning of their different, and there's different meanings of each of the words are there. That's what the beauty of our Acharya's commentaries. Both Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami are showing all these things, showcasing, so that you should read that book, the one I recommended. It's just incredible reading that book. And paradox of their situation. While they are devoted to Krishna, their loves bring them heart attack and his absence, in his absence. So that the heart is paining like, and you can see that it's coming out, oozing out in every verse. Just like blood oozing out, same way the pain is oozing out from each of those verses. If you really pay attention to it, this emotional complexity is what makes the Gopi Gita not only a devotional text, but also a profound exploration of love. And here, when I see the next slide, the thematic philosophical points, you will see all these points. Not only a devotional text, but also a profound exploration of love. So what I made use of this AI generated technology, artificial intelligence, and from there I got a lot of these points. Okay. Context of divine relationship. As the gopis continue their song, the richness of their emotions and the depth of their devotion becomes increasingly apparent as we go. We are still in the first verse. 9 verses that we are going through that. In total, 19 verses are there. So you can imagine in one session, it's next to impossible to cover all these points. And I'm just showing you just a surface of it. If you read that book, so many points are there. I couldn't accommodate. Even there, I was just cherry picking. Still, it came out about 37 slides just for these 9 verses. As the gopis continue their song, the richness of their emotions and the depth of their devotion become increasingly apparent, inviting listeners to reflect on their own experiences. How would you do that if you don't have the throbbing heart? You cannot feel the pain of others. Your heart must be very, very soft to be able to listen and actually feel the pain of these gopis, And Krishna takes very hard test, very hard test. We think that he's testing us our resolve. We are nothing compared to what the gopis went through, that of love and separation. Okay, now we are going to see important thematic highlights from this philosophical points where we saw that. Okay, and this all generated because of this AI technology. Okay, so the key philosophical themes and their significance or elaboration. The Gopi Gita is rich with thematic elements that convey a profound spiritual and emotional significance. Here are some key themes along with the deeper meanings, both direct and hidden. So when I studied this thing, I studied both different books, especially that book written by Narayan Swami. I loved it so much, Then actual commentaries of Jiva Goswami in that book, especially derived from that Vaishnava Toshani, Laghu Toshani. I didn't have the book of Lagutoshni, Vishnutoshni. I just looked it up, read it in the internet, and he could not copy that thing, unfortunately. So I had to literally sit down, type each words, and that makes sense out of it. So divine love, first point, prema, and throughout this some of the points, some of the philosophical points are going to be repeated from a different philosophical angles. Same words, same point, divine love. In so many different ways we are going to see when we go through these first 9 verses. The primary theme is the intense love that the gopis have for Krishna. That's what is going to come out. Their devotion transcends ordinary affection and embodies a spiritual longing that reflects the soul's quest. So basically, there our Acharya is pointing out this is not between boy and a girl, Krishna and the gopis. It is there, but it's much more than that. It's actually the soul, divine, supreme God, and a devotee. That is what coming out in these verses. Okay, so you have to take it from that point of view. How the individual soul, we have a natural hunger to meet Krishna. And Krishna is the divine, supreme. And how the supreme is testing so mercilessly how strong our resolve is there to come to him. We are nothing, we are nobody. The gopis, what they went through that. They are their very soul, Ragatmika Bhakta. When they had to take this tough test, who are we? We are nobody. Their love is characterized by both ecstasy. So this is again is paradoxical. On one ecstasy is there, and the other hand, there's a pain is there, revolving back and forth, illustrating the dual nature of devotion. So that theme is going to be repeated throughout from a variety of different angles that I'll show you. So Vipralamba, they're also from a variety of different angles. The theme of separation is central to the gopis' expressions. And that's exactly the motive of Krishna. The tremendous longing they have, more and more Krishna is tasting their longing and increasing one step, increasing constantly. The theme of separation is central to the gopis' expressions. Their feeling of anguish when Krishna is absent highlight the depth of their attachment and the pain that accompanies true love. This separation serves as a catalyst. See that's another beauty part of it. This separation is like an enzyme. We have in the body the food we digest, digested by this catalyst. Enzymes are catalyst, proteins. So here also separation is just look it from that point of view. It enhances the reaction billionfold. The more we suffer, the more we are coming closer to Krishna. Okay, that's the most important point. That what I'm trying to bring it to you. So Vipralamba, in so many different ways, it enhances our standing coming towards Krishna. This separation serves as a catalyst for their longing, and they're making the eventual reunion even more poignant. The glory of Braja. Now, that of course we have discussed now already, so I'm going to pass that. The gopis extol that beauty and that I have discussed enough now. The nature of devotion, that also we are going to see from different varieties of ways. This is the taste of it, okay? The contrasting moods of submissive and contrary gopis. Contrary gopis means the different Chandravati's group and the Radharani's group. Illustrate the different expression of devotion. Submissive gopis. Who are the submissive gopis? Chandravali's group. Radharani's group is much more mana. Openly expresses their feelings. While the contrary ones, like Radhika, expresses love through playful defiance. Radharani's group actually is more challenging to Krishna. Not that we want to see you, but you want to see us. That's the reason you come here. That's Radharani's message. Chandravali, please show yourself to us so that we can survive. So this duality reveals the complexity of spiritual relationship and the various ways individuals connect with the divine. So again, this I'm telling you, it's the tussle between divinity and the ordinary soul. So that love is there, romance is there, but it's not between boy and a girl. Romance is not this bodily part, but in the soul level, Atma, in the level of spirit. That's the tussle is going on. Fifth point, the role of the divine feminine. So these themes interview to create a rich tapestry of spirit, rich complexity of spiritual longing, love, and devotion, inviting readers to explore their own relationship with the divine. So each of us have a love relationship with Krishna. Each of us distinct, and each of us have a particular way of reaching him. So role of divine feminine. So there is a divinity, there's a male and female is there, but on the level of that divinity, that on a spiritual level, the gopis represent the divine feminine, embodying the qualities of love, nurturing, and emotional depth. The longing for. So I keep repeating all the time that your bhakti is there through emotions, bhavas, and then rasas come into play. Only through their bhavas you serve Krishna. Of course, we are rendering bhakti through our senses, material senses, in the mind. But the heart plays a paramount role through emotions. Highlight the idea that the feminine aspect of divinity is integral to spiritual experience, emphasizing the compassion and the emotional connection. Perception of reality. Again, there also it's like tumbling. Reality and their imagination, they keep tumbling one after another. The gopis plea for Krishna to see them. See that? That is Radharani's group. Not that we want to see you, definitely, but actually you want to see us. For that reason, at least you show up. Because just as we cannot survive without you, you cannot survive without us. They know that. Gopis plea for Krishna to see them encompasses both literal and metaphorical meaning. Now, what is literal means actual word, but a metaphorical, spiritual level that comes behind that. It signifies a desire for acknowledgement and recognition of their longing for Krishna. They want Krishna to recognize that, as well as a deeper yearning for divine vision. So it's not just physically they want to see Krishna. Okay. I don't know how to explain that. It's the divinity they want to see Krishna, not just physical. Seeing and being seen by the beloved. This theme, so here the distance doesn't matter. Distance is immaterial. Your beloved can be 10,000 miles away, and still you want to see them. You see your beloved. That's the point. Transcendental madness, Divya Unmada. This is also going to be repeatedly, you're going to see that theme. This gopis' overwhelming emotions are described as a form of madness that arises from pure love. This transcendental madness is distinct from ordinary madness. It is rooted in the divine ecstasy and devotion, representing the transformative power of love that transcends worldly concerns. See that each word are very, very carefully chosen, Sacrifice and selfishness. Selflessness. The gopis express a willingness to endure suffering and separation for the sake of their love for Krishna. Their personal things are completely sideways kept. Their very existence is focused on Krishna. Their selflessness reflects the spiritual ideal of surrender, where personal desires are subordinated to the divine will. See that? The Ichha Shakti and the grace that we were talking about, this applies right here. They know if they appeal to Ichha Shakti, then they are going to be tested increasingly. But now they are appealing to Krishna's grace, creating a great deal of compassion in Krishna's heart. Of course, when they finally meet, Krishna is saying that, Na parayaham, I can never repay the debt that I owe you. Celebration of youth and beauty. Why is this point they're raising that? If Krishna might say that, if you're not dying, wait, I'll say the later. So he said, no, don't wait, because this youthful beauty that we have right now is not going to last for too long. The old age thing will come. Now, of course, they don't become old, of course, but this is the point they're raising, that you come now while the youthful beauty that you want to see in us is still there, appealing to you. So better come now. Don't waste time. Gopis awareness, their feeling beauty and youth underscores the theme of impermanence. Impermanence, that youthful beauty that we have now, that you like, is not going to remain there for too long. The time is running out, they're saying basically. Their urgency to show, ये रात ये चांदनी फिर नहीं आए, ऐसा वो एक गीत है बहुत so beloved is telling his beloved that his Chandani, this moonlight night, is not going to remain there. Pretty soon the dawn will be there. The sun will come out. So better come now. Kafale, Karwa is moving out. The urgency to show themselves to Krishna serve as a reminder the transient nature of the life and the importance of seizing moments of connection with the divine. Okay, so that is the verse number 1. Any questions on this verse 1? Okay, so I'll move on. Verse 2. So here, O Lord of love, in beauty of your glance, excels the world of the. So this is the beauty of Krishna they are admiring. I told you right at the beginning, remember? The lotus flower, when it blooms in the middle of the night in this autumn season in Vrindavan forest, that's the most beautiful scenery. That lotus is very, very fragrant and so beautiful to look. Each petals are opening up. But that beauty is completely, exceedingly surpassed by Krishna's beauty. That's what the point is they're saying. So see the words here, Suratanatha. Surata means love. You are the supreme being In love, they are saying that. So they are addressing him as Suratanatha. Suratanatha means both a lord of love, because he is like a Kamadev, the Cupid. He's the Cupid of the Cupid, Madana Mohana. So they're saying, oh Lord of love, but there's a hidden meaning. Suratanatha is also like a beggar, we are like a beggar actually, and you are our master, Natha. And it also has a third meaning, namely giver of great calamities and distress. So like I told you that the paradox is there, completely paradoxical, 180. So third meaning is that you not only, you are Daita means giver, okay, giver happiness, pleasantry, okay, but you are also the giver of pain to us, calamity. Look at the calamity it's fallen on us now, and distress. Krishna had communicated with his glance, I can fulfill your desire for Surata, and I also want Surata from you. So they are imagining, Krishna is saying that you are looking for love from me, but I'm also looking love from you. So they are pointing out that you're in your own heart, you wanted that love from us. And that's the reality, that's the truth. That's what Krishna is testing there, how deep their love is for him. You ignited our desire, you ignited the fire of our desire, for this special. So don't blame us. It is you who incited that hunger from our heart for you. You ignited our desire for this special meeting. So you are the one who summoned us. And here we are. And now you disappeared from us. Look at how terrible thing you've done. How merciless thing you've done. You are the one, for your sake, we left everyone. And we came for you in the middle of the night in this dense, dark forest. And you are deserting us. You suddenly disappeared. You left us of no support. They conclude that the fault does not lie, and then they're saying that it's not your fault only, Krishna. Look at that's very interesting point here. It does not lie with Krishna himself, but his beautiful eyes. You per se is not a problem, but your eyes, the way you look at us, that's what killing us. His beautiful eyes, sidelong glance, that the gopis express that realization of this with words Sharada Udasaya. Sharad means the autumn night, okay? And Uda Asaya. Sharata means the autumn season. Uda Asaya means the reservoir of water. Uda means water actually. Asaya means the reservoir, just like a lake, So that's what they're saying, that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami explained that in comparing Krishna's eyes with lotus petals, what they're saying, your eyes possess the wealth of beauty, just like lotus. And they stole from the petals of the lotus, but your eyes have an extra magic that make them unique, which is what they can steal the qualities of something just by looking at it. So that's another important, that just looking at it, again they are comparing, the analogy is the lotus, which is what they can steal the quality. So they are admiring Krishna's way of looking. Krishna's eyes are extremely beautiful, they're almond shaped eyes, and the way Krishna looks from the sidelong glance, you simply glance at the lotus, and so lotus beauty also comes from you. Lotus is no doubt, it's extremely beautiful, but its own beauty, you are the origin of it, your loveliness. And this way you left the lotus reduced in its magnificence, while the beauty of your eyes increased. Then after you stole the qualities of lotus, so basically they're saying that you, our lotus of our heart, You are the one who took over that. Lotus of their own heart, they're saying that. You cast your glance at us, and doing so, you stole the contents of our heart, the very feeling of our heart, crying for you. You are the stealing, you are the thief. Actually, it was not you who entered our hearts, it was your eyes. Look at us, how poetically they put it there. What if they're saying it is you, but it's not you, your eyes, that the way you looked at us, that is what really killing us. We are your unpaid maid. So this is a shulka. This a shulka. Shulka means payment. A shulka means opposite. You are not paying, and we are your dasi. We are your servant. Normally, you hire a servant, you pay, right? You didn't pay us at all, nothing. You did not perform the Gandharva Vivaha with us because you did not bring even the garments, I mean, garland. Normally, at least garland should be their exchange. You didn't even do that. And we had to take your words for it that you are going to marry with us. And you said that that was a year, this particular incident, that chapter 22, that happened a year back. Okay. And now Krishna, remember he lifted Govardhan Hill when he was 7. And when he in Gopis, that was in his 8th year. No. But actually, you don't count the physical age. Krishna always looked, in fact, he looked as if he is about 14 years old. Our Acharya is saying that. And the Gopis were actually, their physical age was about 6, 7, but they were actually fully developed. That in the verses they said that Acharya pointed out, they were physically fully developed actually. So they were like 12, 13-year-old girls. You're killing Vada. Vada means killing. Us. If you do not return or cherish treasure, we will die. It is sinful to kill a man. So, of course, it is sinful to kill a man, but you are actually killing a woman. Helpless woman, you are killing us. You return our treasure, we will die. It is sinful to kill a man, but even more sinful to kill a woman. We are far dearer to you than a wife to a husband. It's parakya bhav. So if you kill us, you will be performing a most heinous act, most sinful act. You will be doing that. And then Krishna is going to, next verse, you'll see that Krishna is going to say, he's going to say that, of course, they're imagining all this thing, that you labeled me as a murderer and all these things. No, I'm not going to come at all. So Gopis perceived that Krishna is getting angry, so then they mellow down. That will see the next verse. Furthermore, you would be responsible for killing not just one, but millions of us. There millions of gopis were there actually that time. It's a funny thing actually, I thought of many times. They're all coming together when they came in the middle of the night. They did not feel jealousy of each other. Everyone came for Krishna. We want to protect you from the suffering that will come from this sinful act. So gopis are saying that you definitely committed sinful act, but we want to protect you. So in order to help us protect you, you better come and show us yourself. So please come back and return the wealth of Surata. Surata means love. So wealth of love, Surata Natha, he is the proprietor of that love that they are seeking, that you stole from us. And that love also you stole from us. Okay. So the divine love's paradox. Now you're saying the opposite things, okay? See, now you see what I was telling you, that so much treasure is there. Depth of treasure is there in these verses. You can discuss at length. And I hope you're not getting bored. The next captures the deep emotional exchanges between Krishna and the gopis, showcasing their love, longing. All these things are tumbling each after other, The longing is there for him. And the complexity of the relationship, it's again in Divya Unmada, divine madness. What they're saying sometimes doesn't make sense. Completely opposite things they're saying. The gopis express their feelings of pain and betrayal by Krishna. Krishna did not reciprocate their love. Feeling that Krishna's enchanting glance and the playful demeanor, naughty Krishna, lead them to suffer in love. More Krishna acted naughty way, the women love it. The question is intentions, highlighting the paradox of their devotion. So the opposite thing, that's what Divya Mother is there. Even on the material level, when somebody is madly in love with someone, sometimes your behavior is not rational. And here we are talking about divine love, the agony of separation. Krishna embodying both the playful lover and the divine protector. See, that's another beauty part of Krishna. He gives troubles, right? But at the same time, his protection is always there. Yoga kshemam vahamyam. Whatever you lack, I will provide. Whatever you have, I'll protect that. Yoga kshemam vahamyam. So that's what Krishna is there. So he is testing, but at the same time, he is giving the strength to survive the test. That's the beauty part of it. Okay. Philosophy of love, devotion, and the nature of divinity. The gopis longing for Krishna's presence, the need for reassurance, and their desire for intimacy are articulated through poetic comparisons and vivid imaginary. This is the words are showing up that, and you are going to see more. The subsequent verses, we are still at the second verse only. The subsequent verses delve into the themes of protection and the transcendental nature of Krishna's words and deeds. The gopis recognize that this very evidence is intertwined with their existence and they seek refuge in his love, demonstrating the transformative power of devotion. So that is another beauty part of it. How one's love is getting transformed by the very way your beloved treats you. The more your beloved is showing an outward show by not showing up, the beloved is more being pulled out towards him. The narrative emphasizes that fact of hearing about Krishna's pastime. In American English, they say it's like a difficult to get. More difficult to get, the more your beloved is going to be attracted to you. Radharani behaves that way. Mana. Both a source of his bliss and cause of suffering, illustrating the bittersweet nature. So the bitter and sweetness both are tumbling after one another. That is the divine love. Through their playful and profound expression of love, the gopis reveal the depth of their devotion. Unbelievable depth is there, making it clear that the relationship with Krishna transcends mere physical attraction. So there's a physical attraction as nothing. It's the attraction with the soul, and that is a everlasting. Physical beauty, physical interaction, it just once it's satisfied, it's over. It's a spiritual connection that challenges. So spiritual love is eternal love. So their gopis' love for Krishna is on a spiritual level, actually. Atma level, Atmika level, Tadatmika. Boundless love, devotion, divine interaction. Okay, so this I'm going backward, I think. power of sound and speech, nada. The emphasis on Krishna's words as life-giving nectar underscores the more importance of sound and speech in spiritual practice. The philosophical significance here lies in the belief that divine sound, Om, can transform. Now, here again, this is the Om is an impersonal way of the Supreme. Nada means the primeval sound vibration. Om is that, can transform consciousness and lead to liberation. This reflects the broader theme in many spiritual traditions that knowledge and realization come through sacred sounds and teachings. And now this is something that is not the part, I would think, between Gopi's love for Krishna. Is beyond that. Suffering and liberation, dukkha and moksha. The Gopi's acknowledgement of this suffering. So this is again, this particular comment is taken. I suspect this must have been taken from Sridhar Swami Maharaj. The Sridhar Swami Maharaj used to talk more about that. Service and surrender bhakti. The Gopis express their desire to serve Krishna, which highlights the importance of bhakti. And that's all is about bhakti. In spiritual practice, their willingness to surrender to Him reflects the philosophical principle that true liberation comes through selfless service. So again, a devotee does not want any kind of liberation. And devotion emphasizing the rational aspect of spirituality. The complexity of relationship, the dialogues illustrate the intricate dynamics of love, power, and dependency in relationship. The Gopis' playful challenge to Krishna demonstrate how love can involve both humility. So this is again a very interesting point here. Pay attention. The Gopis' playful challenges, of course, they are challenging Krishna, challenging to show himself up, So Krishna demonstrated how love can involve both humility and assertiveness. Of course, they are playing both cards. Humility is there, but assertiveness is also there. That you took our heart, you stole our heart. So you owe us to show yourself to us. And you yourself wanted us to come to you. So both are there, reflecting a deeper understanding of the nature of interpersonal connections. Third verse. Now this is what they are saying. That now here their argument is here. That you saved us for so many calamities that happened in Braja, right? Indra's sending this clouds, rain, and all these things. The Kaliya serpent, all the demons came there, all these things from that you saved us, right? So they're saying that again, this is also the beauty part of this. The we, every 7 syllables repeated that we are like that. Oh, greatest of personalities, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger, from poison water, from the terrible man-eater Aghasura, from the great rains, Indra, from the wind demon, the Trinavruta, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, that's the bull demon that is, and from the son of Mayadanava. All these things are that we saw that Leelas, that Krishna killed all these demons, So you saved all these things, but now why? Why you are not saving us now? You protect us from various kinds of dangers, and from the devouring mouth of death. You rescued us so many times. So why are you now killing us with the arrows of your glance? You see that connection here? You are making us burn in the fire of love, filled desire, and in the fire of painful feelings of separation from you. Now nothing can protect us. What then was the use of protecting us before? If you are not going to protect us now, then why did you save us from before? You might have let us be killed right then. Why did you kept us alive? If that's what you want to do right now, that you are making us being killed, then you should not have saved us from the beginning. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that some of the pastimes now here, some of the pastimes they're saying that has not yet happened, okay? Like Vyomasura, that is going to come now after this. Once I finish this Panchadhyay, is going to come. The Shankachuda killing is also coming now. But here they are saying as if it's already happened. So how do we explain that? So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that it's the Krishna's omniscience is coming to gopis also. So they could see things that is going to happen, but as if it's already happened, the way they are saying now. So past, present, and future, just like Krishna, so these gopis also develop that, manifest spontaneously in their heart. This is how they came to know about the killing of Vyomasura, which would take place in the future. Thus, due to their madness in separation from Krishna, they refer to it as if it had happened in the past. When they list all these things that how you protect us, they're listing Vyomasura and others also. They are yet to be killed down. That happens after the Rasa Leela. The deep devotional connection between Krishna and the gopis. Now, this is the third verse. The profound sense of betrayal the gopis feel despite the past acts of protection. They recount various instances where Krishna saved from peril. So all these things they are listing there. They express a sense of loss and betrayal, feeling their trust in him has been violated. They liken their situation to someone who has nurtured a tree only to see it cut down. See that the analogy makes the point at home. You nourish a tree every day. You're pouring water for everything you're doing, but eventually that tree is going to be cut down. So why? So that's like that. You protected us all this time, but now you're killing us. So why did you save us from the beginning? Throughout the verse, Krishna is portrayed as both a protector and a source of pain. See that again, paradox. Embodying the complexity of love and longing, the gopis reference to various demoniac threats that Krishna removed. Krishna's heroic interventions serve to illustrate the stakes of the emotional state. So that's why they admire more and more Krishna, and that's why they fell in love with him. The passage also touches onto the theme of divine play, Leela, and the intricate nature of Krishna's pastimes, where the gopis were aware of both his protective nature, and yes, Krishna did protect them in many different calamities happening from that, But now, psychologically, Krishna is killing them. In a sense, this verse encapsulates the sense of devotion, longing, and this is a very familiar theme. It keeps repeating. So now the key thematic elements. This is the third verse we are talking about, okay? The third verse theme is what? You saved us from all these demons. Okay, but what's the net result? You are killing us anyway. Now you are killing us. Divine protection versus betrayal. The gopis recounting of Krishna's past protective actions contrasts sharply with the current feeling of abandonment. Now you are abandoning us by disappearing from our vision and not showing up. So what is the point in saving us before? Attachment and detachment. See that again. Two opposite things are going back and forth, back and forth. There's an attachment, there's a detachment. The metaphor of nurturing a tree only to see it cut down symbolizes attachment and the pain of loss. This reflects the philosophical principle of vairagya, detachment. Actually, that is what it is. Our acharyas point out that all these things, Rasa Leela and everything is happening, ultimately lesson is to become detached. Vairagya. Their attachment to earlier forms can lead to suffering. So that's why Krishna wanted his gopis to give away all their attachment to family, children, society, husband, and so on like that, and become detached. And this is the ultimate freedom. The nature of reality. Krishna's pastime includes encounter with demons, embody the playful nature of the divine Leela. Okay, I want to move on to more important points. Key thematic elements of the philosophical significance, duality of Krishna's identity. Now, this is important. Krishna is portrayed as a relatable cowherd boy, Yashodamayya's son, and the super soul. So here, on one hand, the gopis are saying he is the son of Yashodamayya. Okay, so our acharyas are pointing out that Krishna might say that you labeled me as a murderer of innocent girls. Okay, now I'm not going to show up at all now, as if he's angry. But there's a pain also that gopis perceived on his face. So now they are apologetic. That yes, because you took us as your friend, so there's a familiarity breeds contempt, right? So because of that, you gave us that freedom, being your friend, intimate friend. So that's why we are saying that. So please forgive us. So Krishna says, okay, I forgive you, but now what's the point? I'm not going to come here. So Gopi said, no, don't do that. So this is all about that. Okay, the duality of Krishna's identity. So now they are saying that opposite thing. They are saying before they said you are the son of Yashoda Gopi, Yashoda Gopi. Okay, but now they are saying that you cannot be. Yashoda Maiya's nature is totally different from you. She's very merciful, compassionate, and look at you. You're totally incompassionate, and you are not showing any compassion for our pain and suffering. So you cannot be the son of Yashoda. And so what we see from you, you are the super soul, Paramatma. So even when you are Paramatma, you ought to be friend. Surudam Sarva Bhutanam. You should be our best friend and look after our welfare. But look what you're doing. So that is the essence of in this slide. Krishna is portrayed as both a relatable covered boy and the super soul Paramatma. So this duality reflects the philosophical concept of this Advaita. Now again, this must be from Sridhar Swami Maharaj, I'm sure. The nature of God and worship. The gopis' reference to Krishna as the super soul and their accusations of his indifference challenges conventional understanding of divinity. This raises questions about the nature of God, specifically whether a truly divine being should exhibit compassion. So here they are arguing that okay, you are not merely the son of Ishtabhaya, but you are the super soul. But if you are a super soul divinity, so that what they are saying, super soul is there to help us to survive in this medical in this material consciousness, material existence. But you are not doing that. Even being a super soul, you are not doing that. Whether truly divine being should exhibit compassion and the engagement with devotees, this theme invites reflection on the nature of divine justice and mercy. See, even as a super soul, you are not helping us. Philosophical inquiry and the devotional practice. They engage in philosophical dialogue that combines emotional appeal with intellectual reasoning. So now they're very smart. So many different angles they're arguing with Krishna. The question and acquisition signify a deep engagement. Now, how am I doing the time? What time? 12:30, right? 9 o'clock we started my time here, and it's 2.5 hours. So I should stop in about 10 minutes or something? Sharad Prabhuji, what I'm doing time?
Actually, time is
I
over.
passed already?
It is question answer time actually.
Okay, so we'll have to continue tomorrow because there are so many slides still. We are just barely half behind. Okay, I'll stop here because more important things are coming in the 5th verse onwards also. So I'll stop here. I thought it was 9 o'clock. We started half an hour late. We started. Remember today?
Yes, Prabhuji. In our time, 6:30 to 9 o'clock, 2.5 hours.
So what time it is there now?
Now the question answer is from 8:30 to 9.
Okay, all right. So let's stop here. So far, a good
Here
good point to
8:50.
stop
So
here.
now 10 minutes for Q&A.
Okay. Okay. Any so far the points that we discussed about? This is everything went above your head. Sorry about that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
So
Dandavat
much
Pranam.
deep philosophy was there, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. We have to
Lakshmana.
read again and again, then we can, because we don't have, हमने पढ़ा नहीं है
Unfortunately,
ना
this,
प्रभु
you didn't read the slides. I think, yeah. I didn't.
Doesn't matter.
I thought I sent, but I don't know. Something must have happened, you know.
हाँ
And
प्रभु
anyway,
जी
I was working till the very late hour, you know.
हाँ प्रभु जी कोई बात
Okay.
नहीं प्रभु जी एक पॉइंट ऐसा है कि अगर मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में अगर हम कुछ चाहते हैं कोई भी चीज की कामना रखते हैं और बहुत स्ट्रगल के बाद भी वो मिलती है और मिलने के बाद उसका अट्रैक्शन कम हो जाता है और
That's true.
स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ जो है उसमें जो अगर चाहते तो उसकी जो अट्रैक्शन है बढ़ती जाती है दिस इज द मेन डिफरेंस कि अगर
Very good point. Very good point.
चाहना रखनी है तो हमें स्पिरिचुअल चीजों की ही रखनी चाहिए तो अट्रैक्शन हमेशा बढ़ता रहेगा
That's why Krishna is doing that. Remember, I told you the end message is renunciation. All this
Yes,
Gopi
Prabhuji.
Leela, this Gopi Gita is also basically the same ultimate Acharya is saying that is the message is coming through. Thank you very much pointing out that. Any other point? Radha Vinod
I
Prabhuji?
just wanted to there is so much of parallelism we see in the Chaitanya Charitamrita as well. Like the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he reiterates and we also see that many times with his devotees, he's actually like them when out of love they transgress the principle, right? So like he tells to Nityanand Prabhu and devotee in Bengal, don't come next year here, but they still come. And there's many such cases where he will say, don't do this, but actually he mean do it. So here also, like in Krishna, like the
They say
gopis,
same thing, yeah.
yeah. So it's like it is explained there that Lord Krishna is pleased when we follow all that. And for us, I think, because I am still in that, so that is what we have to follow. But he's more pleased if we are at that level and we transgress the principle and then have that, like, restful relation with him. That gives him more pleasure. I think that's one.
And Chaitanya Prabhu, all the time he was crying, suffering, everything. He was always in the Sri Radha's mood, actually,
Yes.
all the time. All his time that he was there on this planet, all the time he was crying, he was suffering separation from Krishna.
Yes.
So he was exactly in that Sri Radha's mood, actually,
That's right.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, that word again, trying to understand how the gopis said that, lust transcends basically, right? So, where is that, how to see that we said gopis, you put your hand down head and, to your this thing. So, this looks like a lust, but
then that's coming out later, in later verses, it will come out. We have not yet discussed that part. But I just said in the beginning, it came out in that sense I was telling you. but it's going to come out
Okay.
in the later verses. When in the
Okay.
verses 5 through 8, when they're asking for benedictions, that please place your hand, lotus hand on our head, your feet on our breast, like that. They're saying, you know. So what's the
No,
point here?
yeah, point was where it transcends the lust into higher realm, right? It's not no more boy or girl. It's no more
No,
girl or
no, they're
boy.
saying that no, they're
Uh,
saying that when you place your lotus feet on our breast, means actually the heart, and the lust is in our heart.
mm,
That's the origin of lust is in our heart, you know. So that
mm,
when you place, so that means the point here is getting for us that more we hear about Krishna, even though it's all the thing which we are hearing on a first sight, first glance, it seemed like lusty things, right? Rather
mm,
than because it's constantly we are hearing that place your
yeah.
thing on our breast and so on, like that thing. Basically, actually, it's that's not the point here. So lust here is what they're saying. It's not the kind of lust that we see on a physical plane. So
Mm,
here you take help when you place Krishna's lotus feet on a heart. Okay, so the lust begins in the heart. So that lust is converted into prema.
mm,
That's what Krishna does that. So when our Acharya is pointing out, when we see here Krishna Katha, even though like Ujjwal Nilamani, very graphical things are there, you know. It looks like touching a part of the erotic way, you know. But
mm,
that is not really erotic on the physical level. It's happening on a spiritual level. So basically, and that's exactly what Durvasa Muni said that to gopis. Remember in the that particular Upanishad that we
yeah.
covered, uh, when the gopis came to Durvasa
Yeah.
Muni, Durvasa Muni said that that and the same way before they crossed the Jamuna, Krishna said they tell
Krishna tells.
Yamuna
Yeah.
that Krishna is brahmachari, you know,
Mm,
and they know that Krishna cannot be brahmachari, you know. So, but Yamuna gave part of the way. So that what he was trying to the same with Durvasa, that I'm fasting, I don't eat anything, and yet he relished all the
yeah.
prasadam that gopis brought there. So, question is that whatever Krishna and such souls they are doing higher level, their consciousness is not in there. They are not enjoying. So this lust is enjoying spirit that should not be there. So
Mm,
you the message you are getting here that lust is transformed into prema,
mm,
just like you cannot kill material desires. We are not. Prabhupada used to say we are not a rock, a stone.
mm,
Because desire is the very nature of human being. Okay, so you cannot kill it. But what you can do instead is to transform gradually material desire to spiritual desire. So here also, if you have a lusty feelings, but more and more you hear about Krishna Katha, then that lust is going to be converted into spirituality, prem. So Durvasa Muni
mm.
also gets sent the same
Same
message
thing.
to gopis. Okay, that
Mm,
Krishna is ultimate. His aim is to take everything on a prema platform, spiritual
mm,
prema platform.
yeah.
So when you hear all this Krishna's pastime with the gopis, Pachadhyay, his ultimate aim is to become renunciate. On
Mm,
the physical side of the lusty feelings that you may have, is by the power of Krishna's potency, is going to be converted into spiritual love,
okay.
spirituality. That is the message. So that is the potency of Krishna,
Got it.
that he
Yeah.
is
Thank
doing
you.
it for us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
ultimately, Krishna wants to lift us from the material plane to come to the spiritual plane. And that is the potency of power in hearing from all of Krishna, even though Krishna's whatever that we are hearing on the gopis, but actually is not in that level, but it appears that way, you know. And the way Durvasa Muni said, the proof of that because when you hear mundane literature, some erotic books, okay, or you've seen some movies like that will keep on increasing. It will never get satisfied. Lusty feelings when you read erotic books or you watch some movies like that, it keeps further, that fire is further blazing. But on the contrary, similar thing that you hear about Krishna is actually going to take away that. From material plane, you're going to be transformed. Because all this love, this happening between gopis and Krishna, as you'll see, you may have noticed that it's coming on the spiritual level actually, Atma to Atma. Atma, Paramatma, like that, you know. Divinity versus the gopis are representing playing a role that they are on a material plane and Krishna is divine. So their prema is going to divinity platform.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So your heart is, so they are saying you place your lotus feet on our breast means actually their heart. Because that is the origin of lust. So we have this lusty feeling that gopis actually is not lust at all, okay? Because their love is to give pleasure to Krishna. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Whatever Krishna become pleased is their pleasure then. But nonetheless, that your glance, a particular way of your looking at us, and that's killing us. But if you place your hand on our head, you place your lotus feet on our heart, then that kind of longing that we have is all going to be in the spiritual level. So it will go away.
Yeah. Okay.
And
thank you.
That's what when they were suffering the separation in Braja, he sends Uddhava as a messenger. He tells Uddhava to tell them to focus the time we spent together in Braja when Krishna was in Mathura. So he tells them, you think about that gopis. Then by my potency, you will feel my presence. So that meditation is not on the meditation on the impersonal level, but on a personal aspect of Krishna. So that's called Swarsiki meditation. So here also, this Panchadhyay is mentioned that more and more you study it, more and more you're going to realize internally. Without your realization, you're going to come to the spiritual level. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So we are going to have to continue this first 9 verses tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I'll finish that. Yeah, Rajiv Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Yeah,
carry on, Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhu, sorry, apology. Last week I missed the class. So you initially you said that there's 4 groups of gopis are there. One is so I missed that point, Prabhu. The division of that gopis, what you said, Prabhu. So probably you might covered last week, but I missed that.
Let me repeat that.
Sure, Prabhu.
The 4 groups of gopis here. Now I'm not talking about the gopis that we discussed about among the unmarried gopis and the gopis who were prevented to come to meet Krishna when Krishna summoned them the midnight by his flute, right? Some gopis, they were able to escape. Okay, those who were associated with the Nitya Siddhas, by their mercy, they were able to escape, right? And they all had Purva Raga. But some gopis who did not receive that association, those are the ones who actually married and had children with the gopas. So the Yogamaya right there made a decision they are not qualified to have intimate association with Krishna. So they were prevented. Nonetheless, they had the same kind of raga, puru raga. So what happened? Their spiritual form took over. They did not die. Spiritual form was there. That spiritual form who actually met Krishna. Now the four groups of gopis here we are talking about is not that kind. Four groups of gopis we are talking about here is their Swapaksha. So Radharani's own party is Swapaksha. The same way Chandravali's group, those gopis, their Swapaksha is on Chandravali's side. Okay. So that's Swapaksha. Then Suhrata Paksha. Some gopis were there in Radharani's group. They had affectionate, compassionate kind of feeling for Chandravali's group. Same with Chandravali's group, there were gopis who were not that deadly against Radharani's group. So that is called Suhrata, means affectionate feeling for the opponent. There's a second group. Third group was the Vipaksha. That's clearly you can understand. Vipaksha means really, Chandravali's group means sternly about Chandravali. They would support everything Chandravali's union with Krishna. Same way Lalita and Vishaka Devi are highly protective of Radharani, that Krishna should not take undue advantage of Radha. Protective role. So that is called this Vipaksha.
Yeah.
The fourth group is a neutral group between these two. Means not showing this way or not showing that way, completely neutral. So these are the four groups, of gopis.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And yes,
so
Prabhu.
here
Mataji can go ahead.
in this Gopi Gita, the first verse is showing about that is Chandravali's group of that Gopi saying that, and that when they're searching for the footprints, they make the story. It was Chandravali's group first when they saw the footprints of a woman from the size that surmised that they thought that there is some Gopi, Anya Aradhita, who had so much affection, bhakti for Krishna, that she became most fortunate woman, that Krishna, for her sake, left us from the Rasa Leela. So she must be some unknown Gopi, they said, But Radharani's group, they daily worship Radharani. So they know exactly Radharani's footprint. And immediately they surmise it is Radha.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Any other points, question? Then I'm going to turn over to Sharad Prabhuji. Sharad Prabhuji, it's you. No.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Actually, time is up. I'll just give some points. Like this, we are talking of the Sharad Rasa, Ras Purnima and the Sharad Rutu. And here Krishna left the assembly. Now there is another Basanta Rasa. In that Radharani left the Rasa Leela. That
Here also Radharani left the Rasa Leela. That's why Krishna left.
In the other Rasa Leela, instead of Krishna, Radharani had left. So that is also there. Then a very interesting story comes up in the Chaitanya Charitamrita about this Gopi Gita. King Prataprudra, he always wanted to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never wanted to meet him because of certain reasons. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Prataprudra, he approached Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told him a plan in which he can have audience with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now what happened during a Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting halfway between the Jagannath temple and the Gundicha Mandir. That is that area even today that is known as Balagandi. Now there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting. What Prataprudra did, he came in a common man's dress, not as a king, and he started attending to his feet. Then he started singing the Gopi Gita, started from verse 1, and when he reached verse 9, that is Tapakathamrutam Tapta Jivanam, that verse, suddenly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he woke up. He said, "Who are you? Who are you?" And he embraced the king. Then Prataprudra said, "I am servant of a servant of yours." And that's how, for the first time, he could meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through this Gopi Gita.
Oh, yeah.
Then Radha Vinod Prabhu was talking about the lust, and the material lust and the spiritual lust. And that we have heard, but recently I found something about the material lust in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, that is in the Sukla Yajurveda. As you know, Yajurveda has two parts, the Sukla Yajurveda of Yajnavalkya and the Krishna Yajurveda of Vaishampayana. Now here it is a very long verse, but I'll just give some portions of it. It says, नाभ आरे पत्यु कामया पति प्रिय भवति आत्मनस्तु कामया पति प्रिय भवति नाभ आरे जयति कामया जय प्रिय भवति आत्मनस्तु कामया जय प्रिय भवति. Like this, it is very long. Basically the meaning is, it says, in the material world, no husband or wife or father or son or wealth or anybody else can love another person for the sake of that person's happiness. Everyone loves for the sake of one's own happiness. And it is not out of a need for the husband that the husband is dear, but out of a need for the self that he is dear. So this is what is the difference between the spiritual love and the material love. Then the next point is very interesting. I also heard very recently, like in the 10th canto, 22nd chapter, we have already gone through. Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Hemanta Prathamai Masa, Nanda Braja Kumarika. They went for the Katyayani Puja, and on the 27th verse, Krishna is telling them, now you girls, you return to Braja, your desire is fulfilled, for I'll be enjoying with you in your company in the coming nights. And now he said coming nights, and that was in the month of Ashwina. Then one may think, why it took 10 months for him to come. 10 months means after Ashwina, then came Kartika, Margasitsa, Pausa, Magha, Phalguna, and then Chaitra, Vaisakya, Jyeshtha, Asada, Sravana, Bhadrapada, and Ashwina. 10 months went by, and then the reason given by some of the acharyas is not the Gaudiya acharyas, but acharyas in the other sampradayas. One reason is for the gopis to mature in their devotion service. He gave the time. But another reason is also given by some of the acharyas, because they worshipped Katyayani. He did not want to associate with them immediately. Had they approached him directly, had they worshipped Krishna directly, he might have been pleased and come in the same month only, and they would not have to wait for 10 months. So,
good point.
These are some of the points. Balance of the things we can discuss tomorrow. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, thank you, thank you very much. So let's conclude the class since we are already over, and it's my apology. Let's see who is going to do Nashima prayer.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm doing.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, Mataji.
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो, गोपी गीत की जय हो। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, नमस्ते नरसिंहाय, प्रह्लाद लाददायिने, प्रह्लाद लाददायिने, हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः, हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः, शीलटङ्कानखालाये, इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह, इतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह, यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह, बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह, बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह, नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये, तव करकमलवरे नाथा, अद्भुत श्रृंगार, दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा, केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय हो नरसिंह देव, नरसिंह देव, नरसिंह देव, जय हो नरसिंह देव, जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज, जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव, नित्य गौरा हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय हो, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हो, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो, चार प्रभु की जय हो, सर्व डिवोटी की जय हो। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटी।
Thank you, Raksha Mataji. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, I thought I already sent you, and I saw that in my sent file also this there that I sent, So check back again your email. It might be there. If not, I'm going to send you again, Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow. So today up to 15th verse, 15th slide we covered. So remaining 15 or more, we'll be doing it tomorrow. Okay, Haribol. Thank you.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, थैंक यू प्रभु जी,
Hare
थैंक यू
Krishna
सारे प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Thank you, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण।